So before we jump in today, let me just share a personal experience with you that happened last night. As we've been preparing for and teaching these little episodes each week from the Doctrine and Covenants, and the further we get into it, the more complex the history becomes, and the more people come into the storyline, and it can get really, really overwhelming at times. So last night, my wife went with part of my children to the school play that they were in, and I stayed home with some of our youngest children and took care of them, and then began about a 2.5 hours session of preparing for today's lesson today, and reading lots of books and lots of stories and fact-checking a lot of things. And there came a moment when I felt completely overwhelmed and completely inadequate. And this sense of, I'm never going to be good enough when it comes to knowing everything that I should know about these sections and the church history events at the times when these sections were given, enough to where I'll be able to make sense of them in presenting to other people. And it was in that moment of feeling terribly inadequate and overwhelmed that the simple, still, small whispering of the Spirit came into my mind with the thought of, don't try to run faster than you have strength. You've got enough. And the thought came to my mind of some of you in the world with so many things on your plate, so many demands on your time and energy and your efforts, and realizing that you have families or you have church callings or you have responsibilities to teach, and people want to learn, they want to be edified, they want it to be a good experience, and sometimes it's really easy as a parent or as a leader in the church or as a teacher of the gospel to feel overwhelmed. So as we jump into today's lesson, I just wanted to share that with you, that whatever effort you put in, the Lord will magnify. And you don't have to know everything about every person, and you don't have to memorize all the dates and the places and the connections. Sometimes as we go into history, just to become at least a little bit familiar with their setting and their situation and their life challenges opens doors for the Holy Ghost to reveal to us principles then from our study and our teaching of the Scriptures that become relatable, applicable, relevant to the situations that we're facing in our world today.